Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over Mastery Problem 9M on page 279 of the textbook. I already started working on the first 3 transactions, and so I'm just going to briefly go over them and show you the posting process, and then I'll keep moving through each journal entry. So to start, we would read the instructions. Using the journal given in the working papers, journalize the following transactions completed during July of the current year. Use page 7 of the purchases journal. That means we write a 7 here. And use page 7 of the cash payments journal. 7 for the cash payments journal. Post the following transactions when journalized. Okay, this might throw some of you off, but there's no reason to panic if you're following the accounting and you're understanding it. Posting is just to the general ledgers. Like, these things aren't changing. They're staying pretty consistent. Like, we have a purchases journal now, and we have a cash payments journal. So purchases for anything we purchase. Cash payment is anything that we just paid cash for. And then the first page where it says 1, these are our accounts payable ledgers. Then we have our general ledger after that follows that. Okay, so as we record accounts payable, they want you to just go ahead and post it right away as well. So when you record the accounts payable in your journal, it says to post it. So I made a little note to myself. Any transactions that affect accounts payable should be posted to the accounts payable ledger. Number 2 says cash payments entered in the general amount column of the cash payments journal to the general ledger. So it also wants us to post that. So if we have anything that's affected in the general columns, it says to post that. So I made another note to myself. Cash payments are posted to the general ledger if they're in that general journal. So cash payments, I'll be a little more specific, in general to the general journal. So if they're in the general column, we post them to the general ledger. All right. So I go ahead and I started, and the first one says purchase merchandise on account from Rackley Industries for $2,950, P184. So that's a purchase because it said purchased merchandise, and we purchased it on account. This journal is pretty nice because it doesn't make you think that hard at all. Who'd we buy it from? Rackley Industries. That's pretty much consistent. Whoever we bought it from, that's what name goes there. This journal should be filled with names. That's it. So we got on July 2nd from Rackley Industries. The purchase number was 184 and the amount was $2,950. Then it said to post the accounts payable to the accounts payable ledger right away. Sorry about the dogs. I can't really do anything about them barking. So I posted the $2,950 to Rackley Industries right away. Rackley Industries 2. The post reference was purchases 7. It's a credit because that's what it was. It was a credit. And then I just added it. It's a credit balance. It's a running credit balance. So if there's 2 credits, you add it. Then I go back and put the post reference right there, 240, and I'm done. Next one is the third, paid cash on account to Hems Company. And so I did that. I went here July 3rd. This is cash now. We're in the cash payments journal. So paid cash on account to Hems Supply. So I wrote Hems Supply, July 3rd. The check number was 318. And then I did accounts payable, purchases discount, and cash credit. So we took the 2% discount. So we take this accounts payable times the 2% to get whatever our discount was. We subtract these two to get how much we actually paid in cash. So it's always less when we get that discount. We don't have to pay as much. Okay? Then it told me in the instructions that I need to post anytime I use accounts payable. So here's the accounts payable, and now I need to post it. This is one that I didn't post yet, so I will go ahead and write a 3 here. This is cash payment, so CP7. and it's a debit of 1,280. Okay, 1,280 minus a credit balance, we're to zero. This is literally like balancing a checkbook. You're just balancing it out. How much money do we owe Hems Supply Company? Nothing now. We paid them all back. Okay. Then the post reference is 220, so I'll put 220 in here. These two, purchases discount and cash, are going to be posted individually. As a whole, as a column total, at the end. So this is the only one that needs to be posted like individually. So we can move on. So that was the third. Now we're on to the sixth. Purchase merchandise on account from Kelsey's Parts, 3,560. Purchase 185. So here I have the sixth, Kelsey's Parts, purchase 185, and the amount was 3,560. This affects accounts payable. Anything in the purchases journal does. So I'm going to go right to Kelsey's Parts, which I was doing. I put the date. I put the post reference, P7, purchases journal 7. I put the credit, which was the 3,560. 2 credit balances, and now I'm at a balance of 750. 230 is the post ref, so I put 230 over here. And now that one is posted. Okay, next one says the 7th. Paid cash to WCKF Radio for advertising. So I'm going to go to my cash payments journal. For the 7th, I'll put a 7 here. What did I pay it for? Advertising expense. Doesn't matter who I paid it to because I paid cash for it. So advertising expense. I don't need to write their name on here. The check number was $319. I have a general debit. I have a general debit of $800. And I paid cash for it, so I come to the cash column and put an $800 in there. They make it so much easier for you. So again, I follow what the directions said. It told me I need to post as I'm doing it. So here's advertising expense. I look for advertising expense in my general ledger. I found it right here. So I would write the date first. Then I would write the post reference, which was cash payment 7. It is I'm only looking at this. It's a debit of $800. All right, and I can add the two together to get $13,295.16. So I just added the two together, okay? So then I need to make sure I post this. It's 6105. Post reference 6105. This makes your life easier. You can say, where did I post this to? Where did I post this to? Oh yeah, 6105. Good. It's correct. On to the next one. Paid cash on account to Kelsey Parts, 3,940, covering P167 less a 2% discount. This is basically just repeating what we did above here. So I'm going to put the date. I'm going to put an 8. It's Kelsey Parts. I would figure out the discount by taking this number times the 2% discount. But I already know that the full amount will be subtracted out of my accounts payable. So I will take out the 3,940 from my accounts payable. But I get some kind of discount. Once I do that math, I get $78.80. Oh, you guys can't see that. $78.80. Then I subtract those two, and it turns out that I'm only paying $3,861.20. Okay? Now, what did we say earlier? We need to post if we affect accounts payable. I missed one thing here. Of course I did. The 8th is 320 is the check number. Okay. All lines are good. Now I need to post just to the accounts payable. So I find the one that says Kelsey. Find the one that says Kelsey. And then I go ahead and post. I want to put the 8th. Post reference is cash payments 7. It's a debit of 3,940. I literally just look at where I got that number from. 3,940. Accounts payable debit. Okay. 3,940 in the accounts payable for Kelsey Parts. That means I paid something off, which makes sense. That's what the journal entry told us that we did for 3,560. I subtracted this number from this number to get a new number. Now we only owe Kelsey Parts that much money. 320 is the post ref. I go ahead and I put 320 in the post ref. Was it 320? No, it was 230. 230. 230 was the post ref. Sorry. All right, on to the next one. That was the 8th. Okay, now the 9th. Paid cash to Southern Bell for a telephone bill. $221. All right. So we have paid cash to Southern Bell. We paid cash to them. Doesn't matter who we paid cash to, but we have a telephone bill. So typically we call this utilities expense. Call it phone bill expense. Call it whatever. That shouldn't be your hang up. Just know that it's an expense. The number is check number 321, and you paid cash. 221 is the debit because an expense's normal balance is debit. Remember the T account. After eating dinner, let's read comics. Normal balance of an expense increases on that side. So it's 221. Cash all the way at the end, 221 because we paid cash for it. All right, do we need to post anything in this column? Yes, we need to post the general debit. Let's find utilities expense in our packet. Utilities expense. We put the date. Cash payment, 7. It's a debit of 221. We do that math. You take the 763 minus the 221, and you should get, nope, not minus, plus. Probably caught my mistake there. This plus this, 2 debits, debit and debit, 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 debit. Add, 2 debits, add. We get 7,854.69. 6170 is the post reference. 6170. Good. On to the next one. That was the 10th. Paid cash on account to Rackley Industries. 2,119 covering P162. No cash discount was offered. 323. Check 322. So we go ahead and put the date. We put Rackley Industries. That's who we are paying off. The check was 322. Now we go right across the line on the 12th. It was 1,450. So you can $1,450 and then 1,450. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. 2,199. I knew I was messing something up. That's why I was going so slow. 2,000. I was looking at the wrong number. 2,119. See, that's why you need to go slow, because you just don't know if you're messing up or not. You might be super confident about it, just like I was. 2,100 and 19. And don't rush. Okay, we affected the accounts payable. So now we need to go and find the accounts payable for Rackley Industries. Rackley Industries right here at the bottom. So we can go ahead and write the date. What date was it? The 12th. Cash payment 7. And we had a debit of 2,119. So a credit balance minus a debit balance, 2,950. Good. 240 is the post reference. 240. Perfect. On to the next one. They put 2 number 12s. I don't know who would do something like this. Purchase merchandise on account from Helms Supplies. Okay, so now we purchased merchandise, so we flip it back over. We purchased merchandise from Helms account. So this is the 12th. Helms Supply. Purchase merchandise on account from Helms Supplies. The number was 186. And it was 1,450. Finally, that number. 1,450. Did it affect accounts payable? Yes, it did. So we need to go post it. So accounts payable. Let's find the accounts payable for Helms Supply. Okay, so we go ahead and we write the date there, the 12th. And it is purchases 7. And then it was a credit 1,450. If it's a credit, you add, there's no balance there, 1,450. Post reference is 220. This is like a puzzle. That's what this is. It's just a puzzle. So you just find the pieces that fit together. It's like doing Sudoku. Okay, then we're on to the 13th. Paid cash to Edmondson Supply for store supplies. All right, here we go. The 13th, paid cash. So I used the cash payments journal because it said I paid cash. 13th. Doesn't matter that we paid Edmondson Supply. It matters what we bought. So we bought store supplies. So you're going to use an account called supplies. And you can be specific with a little dash and say store. Then the check number is 323. Most of the time you didn't actually pay with cash, you paid with a check to help keep track of it. And supplies is an asset. Normal balance of an asset is a debit. So we do 315 and then we paid cash 315. Okay, now did we affect the general column? Yes. Let's go ahead and post that. So I try to find the account that says office supplies. No, supplies store. Usually, typically these like general ledger accounts help you to determine what you're supposed to label these accounts when you're journalizing. Most of the time the company has like a chart of accounts like we've learned. So it's important to know which supplies it was for, office or store. Okay, this one was for the store. Should say that. Edmond Supply for store supplies. He told us that. Okay, so we're posting the cash payments 7, and it was 315. Yep, 315. No credit. Add those together. 4,499.17. Good. 1150. 1150. My line is complete. Move on to the next one. 14. Paid cash to Dean's Electronics for merchandise. 1,392. So this is where I would go in and look for an account title. So we start with the date. Nope. 14. And what we call merchandise is, that's what I was looking for, purchases. We call merchandise purchases. How silly, why don't they just use merchandise? So, we call it purchases. So that's the account that's affected, purchases. The amount was $1,392. It's an asset, $1,392. Okay, and we paid cash for it, $1,392. What am I missing? My check number. So the 14th, 324. Anytime it says merchandise, it's purchases. It's purchases. I should add the S there. Did we affect general debit? Yes, we did. So here we go to purchases. I'm going to take the 14th. Post reference is CP7. The debit is 1,392. And you add the two together, 1,392. And you should get $295,576.14. Okay, post reference is 51105110. I didn't like that. On to the next one. That was the 14th. Paid cash on account to Kelly Parts. Okay, so we paid Kelsey's Parts. Don't know why I said Kelly. 15th, Kelsey Parts. We got the discount for Kelsey's Parts. So we need to calculate the discount, but we definitely know that we paid off the full $3,560. When you multiply this by 2%, you get $71.20, and then you get a cash balance of $3,488.80. So that's how much we end up paying Kelsey's Parts. Okay, so it was $325. So now we've got to post that because it affects an accounts payable. So we find Kelsey's Parts. We put the 15th. It was cash payment. It's journal 7. And the amount was a debit of $3,560. Credit, debit, subtract, paid her off. $230 is the post reference. Got that one right. Great. We don't post the other stuff till the end. That was the 15th. Purchase merchandise on account from Delmore Incorporation. So we go back to our purchases journal and we record the 15th. His name is Delmar Incorporation. Purchase 187. The amount is $2,480. Okay, $2,480 tells us that 2,480. Let's post it because it is a accounts payable. So I find Dell's balance and I go ahead and complete it like we normally do with the date. So 15th, nothing in there. It is purchases 7. And we have a credit of $2,480. Credit balance plus a credit is $5,529. 210 is the post reference. Good, on to the next one. That was the 15th. We had 2 15ths. I want to make sure I did both. Good. Purchase merchandise for cash from Columbia Industries. So now we're not opening up an account, but we purchased it from someone. So again, when we purchase merchandise, it is called purchases. So we put the 18th. We have this thing called purchases. 326 is the check number. And it was $615. $615. Cash, $615. Now, did we affect a general? Yes. Almost every one of these we're posting for. So, we go to and find the purchases account, which is at the bottom of this page. And then we fill it out. It's the 18th. Cash payment, 7. 615 is the debit. It told us that. 615 is the debit. It's a debit. It's in the debit column. And then you add it. 615. 295,000. 615? Nope. 296,191 and 14 cents. 5110. 5110. Good. On to the next one. Paid cash on account to Del Mar Incorporation. So we paid cash. So it's the 20th. We're paying off Del Mar Incorporation. Okay, so we would put Del Mar Incorporation. We're paying him off. $2,290 covering P159. No cash discount was offered. So 327. The amount is $2,290. 2,290. Accounts payable. Paying his account off. 2,290 cash. Okay. Now, did we affect an accounts payable? Yes. So let's find Del Mar. Wrong one. The date is the 20th. It was cash payment, 7. 2,290. Credit and a debit, subtract 3,239. 210 is the post ref, 210. Good. 20th is complete. The 23rd, paid cash on account to Regional Electrics for the electric bill. Okay, we didn't pay on account. We just paid cash for the utilities. So I'm going to use utilities expense. Put the date. 3/28, 9/20. That's how much we paid. It's an expense, normal balance of an expense, and 9/20 credit. Did we affect the general column? Yes. Where did we affect it? In utilities expense. So we find utilities expense on our paper and we complete it in the general ledger. So the 23rd was the date. It was a debit for 9/20. It was the cash payment journal. Add two debits together, 8,774.69. 6170 is the post reference. 6170. Very good. Okay, 28. Paid cash to Williams Store for store supplies. Sorry about the dogs. So we're going to put the 28th here. We're going to put supplies. And then store, to be specific, because it's not office supplies. It told us store supplies. The check number was $329. The amount is $121. And it is a cash, $121. Okay? So now we go to the general ledger because we've affected the general column. So we go to the general ledger and try to find supplies for the store. Supplies, store. Good, and we just copied over the 28th, CP7, not C, CP7. The amount was, I can't find it, 121. A debit plus a debit. Always add those together, 4,620.17. Post reference 1150. 1150. Good to go. On to the next one. The 29th, purchase merchandise on account from Rackley Industries. So now we have a purchase. So we need to go to the purchases journal. And the date was the 29th. It was Rackley Industries. It was 188 for 985. We affected an accounts payable. Find Rackley's accounts payable and record it. The 29th. See, nope. Purchases. 7. It's a debit. Accounts payable credit. That was a trick. Accounts payable credit for 985. And a credit plus a credit. Credit plus a credit. 3,935. 240 is the post reference. 240. Good. That was the 29th. And then the last one, replenish the $200 petty cash fund. Receipts were submitted. Office supplies $45.60, store supplies $67, miscellaneous $23.89, and a cash count shows $61.98 in the petty cash box. Okay, and we are replenishing the difference. So we need to believe they gave us a petty cash schedule here. So we have 56, 45.60, 67.30, 23.89, total payments, reconciliation here. We start with our beginning amount, subtract it. This is the recorded amount on hand. They gave us the actual amount on hand. So if this was the actual amount on hand, but we recorded 63, we have an over, cash over. $1.23 is the over. So we really need to replenish 138.02. They did the work for you there, so they just made your life easier. So the replenish amount for petty cash, the cash in and of itself, this is where I would start, is $138.02. Okay, and we could go backwards. The date 31. And we start with our expenses. First one was supplies expense. Or supplies. Guess that's not an expense. Supplies, office. I'm going right down here. Supplies, office. And that's $45.60. Then we have supplies, store supplies, and we got $67.30. Then we have miscellaneous, and that's an expense for $23.89. And we have the cash short and over account. I'll do it the way the textbook does it. Cash over and short. and we will record that $1.23. $1.23. We are short. We are over $1.23. The actual amount on hand, recorded amount on hand, we are short. We are short $1.23. Okay, replenish it for $138.02. And the check number was $330. They did the hard work for you. Okay, now we have to post each one of these. So we start with the top one, which is office supplies. And we write the date, 31st. Where are my office supplies? 31st. It was a debit of $45.60. Two debits, you add them together, $3,463.67. Post reference, cash payment 7, as well as post reference 11:45. Office supplies. Then we have store supplies, which is right underneath it. It's the 31st. We want to put a debit of $67.30. CP 7. Store supplies. Add a debit plus a debit, and you get $4,687.47. Post reference 1150. Miscellaneous expense. Put the date 31st. I was rushing. Supplies store. Oh, I did my post reference. Okay, here we go. Miscellaneous expense 31. The debit is $23.89. And we need to do a little math here. Plus each other, 14,001, 1, 2, 52. Add this to this. Add them together. 6135 is the post reference. 6135. Finally, cash, over, and short. See, here's cash, short, and over. You can write it either way. 31. CP 7. $1.23. $35.41. Debit plus a debit. 6110. 6110. Great. Our entire column here is posted. Our accounts payables are posted individually as well. We have done all of the problems, all of the journal entries accurately. So now we can move on to step 2, total and rule the purchases journal. So I will do that, total and rule. Oops. You're gonna need your calculator for it. So you say at the end of the month, you total and rule. You're gonna put the total. Here's my little rule. We'll say, add these up, it's 11,425. Good. So now we want to make sure it says post the purchases journal to the general ledger. Post the purchases journal to the general ledger. I'm going to say this is good. So I double rule it. But typically I'd want to check with this over here. This number should be the same. No, it shouldn't. Scratch that. Pretend I didn't say it. Here we go. Total and rule. I did it. Add it all together. Double ruled it. Post the purchases journal to the general ledger. Okay, here it is. This is the purchases journal. Right here. Post it to the general ledger. Okay, let's see. Find the word purchases. Oh, it's on the bottom of this page. Okay. Let's see. We're going to write the 31st. It's P7. And we want to post this entire number. 11,425. It's a debit because it says purchases. Can't see that. Purchases debit. So you add that together. 307 61614. Then you have to go back and make sure you do the post reference. But for here, you always do the post reference underneath it. So that would be 5,110. And now you also want to post it to the accounts payable ledger. So I'm going to find the accounts payable right here. So I put the date, and it was purchases 7. It was a credit for the accounts payable for 425. I'll show you that. Credit. Oh, it says credit. Okay. So you post that, and you add these two together. Credit plus a credit, 21,813. Okay. 2110 is the 2110 is the reference. Purchases journal, posted, completed, finished. Great. Total, prove, and rule the cash payments journal. Let's find the cash payments journal. So we're going to put the 31st because it's always at the end of the month. I'm going to draw a line underneath here. And we're going to add up this entire column, and I get 4,522.02. Nothing in this column. Add up this entire column. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put zeros here. Entire column to get 13,189. Add up this entire column. 1,175.60. Add up this entire column. 17,535.42. Now it wants us to prove that the debits equals the credit. That's what prove means. So I'm going to draw this little thing. I'm going to write prove. And I'm going to say, okay, here's the debits. 4,522.02. Credit is 0 there. Debit 13,189. Credit now 175.60 and 17,535.42. These are credits. Okay, let's just do some mental math maybe. 9 plus 2 is 11, and then we have 11 again. 9, 10, 11. Okay, carry the 1. 10, 11, carry the 1. 7, 7, 1. 02. Let's see, mental math. This is 175.60. This will be 02. This will be 1, 10, 11. 10, 11. 6. Let's say that's a 7. 10, 11. 11. Okay. Should equal each other, right? They prove 17,711, 17,711, 02, okay? Debits equal credits, and we'll say, hey, this is proved. Okay, we've got it. Missing one thing, the word totals. And this is already posted. So I'm going to place a check mark. We already posted all of that. No posting here. the thing says post the special columns of each cash payment journal to the general ledger. Okay, accounts payable, debit. So we find the accounts payable, and we go ahead, we write the date, it's the 31st. It says accounts payable debit. So I can write 13,189, and it's cash payments 7. And so you will subtract the 2, because this is a debit balance, this is a credit balance, subtract the 2, and we should get 8,624. 210 is the post reference. So go ahead and put 210, 2110 underneath. Then we find the purchases discount. Top of the next page, purchases discount. 31 is the date. CP7. It's a credit 17560. Credit and a credit, you add the two credits together. 3,323.74 cents. 5120. And then the last is the cash. We post the cash. So these are posted as column totals, which can be nice and easy. 31 is the date. There's the cash. We do CP7, and it is 17,535.42. This minus this still gives us a debit balance of 963.75. 111.10 is the post reference. Okay, beautiful. The last step says prepare a schedule of accounts payable as of July 31st. So that's on the last page. Put the who. This is the company's name, Dunmar Automotive. The what, I'm going to abbreviate schedule of accounts payable. When? July 31st. I don't know. Okay, so now we go through and just post these on the page 217. So I'm going to write Delmar. I'm just going to start at the top of it. Delmar Incorporation. Delmar Incorp. The last running balance is what I'm writing. 3239. 3239. Helms Company or Helms Supplies. I'm going to write all the names out first. Kelsey Parts. And Brackley Industries. And then I just write the balance 1450. This is nothing. And they were 3935. Literally just this number, this number, this number, this number. Add those together to get total accounts payable. 8,624. Okay, this number should match what we have in our balance of accounts payable. And it does. 8,624, 8,624. There you go. There you have it. Posting and preparing that schedule of accounts payable.